Shalom, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. Let's give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, to honors the apostles, elders, and bishops, great millstone, that taught us his word. Peace and salutations to hopeful elect across the planet Earth. So yeah, we're inching closer and closer, to this destruction. So now this article, so it looks like the U.S. is starting to test launch a lot of their missile capabilities, testing out their nukes. It just was a major thing. They're warming up the nukes, want to test them out because we're inching closer. This government shutdown, these SNAP benefits that are not being funded, and a lot of these airports, are going to be closing down. It's like they're going to be about 40 airports are going to be, shutting down 10% of their flights. Reduction. They said they're going to give a update on Thursday or Friday of this week. So that's just more prophecy coming to pass. People wanted to just not be able to go to another city. On a small scale. You're not going to be able to travel. From state to state. Soon it's going to get so bad you're not going to be able to travel. From city to city. But we're inching closer to this nuclear destruction. This article's out of TASS.com. It's dated yesterday, November 4th. It's titled, U.S. to carry out test launch of Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile at the ICBMs. Those missiles that can carry that nuclear warheads, from different continents all the way across the planet Earth, man. As the scriptures say, one arrow being shot from one end of the earth to another. Let's talk about these intercontinental ballistic missiles that can be shot from one end of the earth to another. It's not talking about an actual arrow, bow and arrow. But the first Minuteman ICBMs of the Minuteman missile family were developed in the late 1960s and have been in U.S. service since the 1970s. The United States will carry out a test launch of the Minuteman ballistic missile from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. An operational test launch of an Air Force Global Strike Command unarmed Minuteman ballistic missile is scheduled between 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Pacific Time, November 4th. According to the document, this test is routine and was scheduled years in advance. The purpose of the ICBM test launch program is to validate and verify the effectiveness, readiness, and accuracy of the weapon system. The missile is capable of carrying a nuclear warhead, multiple ones. Last week, U.S. President Donald Trump instructed the Pentagon to immediately launch nuclear weapons tests, alleging that Russia and China continue to test their arsenals. Yeah, so everybody's testing, let the weak say I'm strong. Later, U.S. Secretary of Energy specified that the trials would not involve actual detonations, but rather the testing of components necessary for a nuclear blast. Yeah, so they're warming them up, getting them ready. But that's all because of, the Most High is putting the spirit in them to do this. Because those missiles will be launched, First scripture is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Yeah, Smith. I'm talking about those nuclear scientists and those engineers, that built this technology, man. Most High gave them the knowledge, to split the atom, or however, a nuclear blast is created. The Most High gave them that knowledge to do so. That instrument And that waster to destroy is this actual missile, that nuclear destruction, man, that nuclear capability. You know, the Most High is behind all this. This is His creation. You know, so He is going to these missiles are going to set off, man. They are going to be launched off. They're not going to be sitting in this silo right here forever and ever. It's going to come time when they're going to get launched off. And we're in that time right now. It could happen, you know, it could happen very soon, man, within next year, within 2 years, within 3 years, you know. Yeah, they just elected a new, mayor out there in New York, you know. There's a good chance that there won't be a new president, man. Donald Trump could, most of the way it's looking, Donald Trump could be that last U.S. president, man. Zephaniah 1 and 14. That great day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is near. It's near. It hasted greatly. Yeah, it's near, man. You don't know if you can't tell by what's going on with these prophecies, with these news, earthquakes in diverse places, man. Everybody's testing out their nuclear capability. Man, it's near. That great day of the Lord is near. What's that great day of the Lord? That World War III, the outcome of that World War III, which is the destruction of America. It says that great day of the Lord is near. It is near. It hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry there bitterly. That's how bad it's going to get, man. All these military guys, these Air Force bases, at these different military bases, these Marine stations, bases, Air Force Global Strike Command, all these mighty men, they're going to cry here bitterly. That's how bad it's going to be out here, man. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, a day of distress, a day of wastes, a day of desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, man. It's going to be a dark day, man, across the whole planet Earth, man, when the missiles get launched and they touch down. Scripture say 200 million of these missiles are going to launch off, man. 200 million mushroom clouds, man. It's going to be a dark, thick, gloomy day, man. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, against the high towers. And I'll bring distress upon men. They shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Shai. So this destruction, this time of Jacob's trouble, hour of temptation, really that's all for Israel, man. Because it says, because they have sinned against the Lord, man. The only ones that can sin are the Israelites. They're the only ones that are given, law, statutes, and commandments, really. So this upcoming destruction, time of Jacob's trouble, is for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Most High, Lord, got 1,000 years to get these other nations once they go into slavery. So now it's that one last get right, that one last, butt kicking, one last, spanking, the Most High is Yahweh Shai is gonna have to do on his people, man. The Most High has to do to us, man. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Yes, you can't buy your way out of this thing, man. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. What it says is the whole land. Revelation 11 talks about 10th part of the city fell. It means the whole land of America is going to be devoured by the fire that these missiles are going to create. One nuclear blast, once it hits, it's going to be hotter than the surface of the sun. Imagine 200 million of them hitting down, man. It's going to be, the elements are going to melt with fervent heat. But it says neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bad day, man. The fire of his jealousy, man. So it's the Most High's wrath, Most High's indignation are these missiles, man. 2/3 of our people are gonna feel it. It's Mark 13:24. But in those days, after the tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. Yeah, the stars of heaven shall fall. I'm talking about the nuclear missiles, man. They look like stars falling down from heaven in that vision, man. Falling down like an untimely fig tree, man. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with power and great glory. So that's when the Lord's going to come back along with the angels, man, and deliver his elect. So we look forward to this, man. Lord will, man. Then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds and the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. Yeah, so these things must come to pass. So we hasten the day for these prophecies and this destruction. Why? Because the elect will be delivered. That's when the elect is going to be delivered. And that's when the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. So we have to deal with this, man. America has to be destroyed and take Esau out of power. The Lord's coming back. Yahushai, he's coming back to take Esau out of power and to deliver his elect. We can't do it, so we have to wait on the Lord. So we say, wait ye upon me till I rise up to the prey, man. So we just have to sit back and wait for this, man. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon, man. These prophecies are moving. But yeah, with that, shalom.